So now we're going to be moving on to our SDK, or our set driven key for our feet. This is a procedure which I know a few people ran into quite some difficulty with in class. Hopefully a video will give you much more of an idea about what's going on, and you can go through it in your own time and familiarise yourself with the procedure. So with our right liner open, we just want to go work on the left leg first. We want to click click joint 3 in our leg lock joint set, and then controls click 2, and then control click 1. So we got these 3 joints selected, and then with those selected, go to animate, set driven key, set, and then you can see that we've got these now input, and you can see that these bring up the parameters as well. So if I select this control, which are going to be affecting, you can see that the joints are still being memorized as what's being driven, and if we click load driver, we can then bring up the leg control plus all its parameters, including the 3 that we made before. So now we want to actually start affecting our joints so they actually start moving how we want to. So if we select our control joint and then our leg joint and then our rotate Z, we can click key, and then in here you can see that our rotate Z has been keyed, and this red means it's been keyed. Next, we want to select our leg control again, select our leg roll, and then set the leg roll to 5. And now we only want to affect one joint in this section, so we want to select leg lock joint 3, make sure it's on rotate Z. Then inside rotate Z in our control box, we want to input 25, hit enter. You can see that we've actually moved our foot a little bit, and then we want to hit key. So now that movement is now keyed into our leg. So now we want to select 3 and 2, rotate Z and key, which basically means that anything past this point is going to hold this whole area, this whole group here. Go to leg control, leg roll, set that to 10, and then in our driven, rotate Z, input 25, and then key. And that means that we've moved this joint, we've rotated this joint around 25 degrees, and then we rotate this joint around 25 degrees, which gives us a natural sort of lean forward on the toe knuckle, and then a pivot on the tip of the toe, so we can stand on our tiptoe to do a walk cycle or a pose or whatever. So if you go to leg control now, and we just click on leg roll and then middle mouse drag in the scene, we can see that 0 to 5 is this movement, and then 6 to 10 is this movement. So that we've got this very natural sort of movement going on here. Next we want to do the minus of this movement, which would be the pivot back on the heel. So leg control, leg roll. We want to input minus 10 into this one, and then here we want to key this so we know we're actually moving this joint, and then we want to input 35 into here, so you can see this pivoted back quite a ways, and then hit key. And that means when we go back to our leg control, we've got a very natural sort of lean forward and lean back, which you can use as a walking onto the foot and then lean forward and bring the foot off the ground, or you could use it for poses or whatever you want. It's a very useful tool. With those set up, we should have our natural motion there. We now want to set up our heel pivot, so if we go to control, heel pivot, joint 1, rotate Y, key, which means that everything we're going to do now is going to be working on the Y axis. If we go into heel pivot and set that number to 5, in now rotate 1 in our y-axis. We want to input 30, so that should pivot our foot out to the side 30 degrees, and then hit key. Going back to our leg control, heel pivot, input -5, right joint 1, rotate Y, -30 degrees, key. We then should have another motion setup, which is a quite useful little heel pivot. You can use for quite a lot of poses, stance, walk cycles, actions, fighting, whatever you want. And the last one is going to be toe pivot. And this is going to be very similar. We want to affect this joint, joint 2, around the y-axis, so key that, so then we have our rotate y-axis keyed. I'm going to go to leg control, toe pivot, -5, and then in our rotate Y we want to put -25, key, and then back in our control, put 5, leg lock joint 2, rotate Y, 25, key, then we should have quite a nice movement there. Oops, I did it. There you go. So now we should have the leg pivot in. Heel pivot and the toe pivot. So we can set up some quite interesting poses, strange poses, but you know, some strange poses. Very useful tool to have. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for this set leg,